First question is just on what changed in that second half? What adjustments did you make to cut that from, I think, 30 points to, I think, as close as 5?
I think it was my halftime speech, to be honest. No, I just feel like we wanted to talk about coming out with a lot of intensity and focus. I just really felt that it was embarrassing the way we showed ourselves the first half. So we kind of had to talk about that. People put their heads together and they said, hey, this is no longer going to be the case. And it's kind of easy to fall into that when you're down by so many. So kudos to our leaders and the people that were, really involved in making that run for us.
I think Lexie started that second half, started the fourth quarter too. Was that just a flow of the game decision based on how she was playing?
Absolutely, it is. Lexie plays with a lot of intensity, and we wanted to make sure that we got her involved early in that second half. And again, she's making strides every single day. So I just want to make sure that I'm putting her in a position to succeed at all times.
Yeah, how did you see her respond to that tonight?
I like the way she responded, and we were able to have some great dialogue, looking each other in the eyes and understanding. I love her passion, her desire. She's intense, and I like that. Sometimes she speeds up a little bit too much, but other times her speed and her quickness is really, it just really helps us out from a lot of different angles.
Zion.
Yeah, Carlos, you guys ran a lot of zone defensively during that comeback attempt, and kind of for you, why did you make that halftime adjustment? What do you think that brings to your team? Because
well, I just wanted to give them a different look. Obviously, they were comfortable pushing the ball in transition and running some of their sets. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good for us to jump in it. We've been working on it the last 3 or 4 days. And we worked some early on in the season. But we just wanted to give them a different look. We have a great team that plays very focused and they understand exactly what we're trying to get done. So that was a good piece of our arsenal to add. It was good.
do you think that zone defense kind of better fits you when you run that Melissa at the 5 lineup as much as you did in that second half?
I do. That was one of the decisions. That was one of the reasons that went into our decision to make it happen so frequently, that 2-3. So, it's a learning experience. Everybody is getting their feel. And obviously because we haven't ran zone a lot this year, but I think it worked out for us, and it's something to build on.
The play of the game happened near the end there when Ryan got the block on one end and came down on the other end and hit the jumper. From your perspective, what did you see on that sequence, that really 4-point turn when it could have been a 3-point game?
That obviously that was definitely a dagger. We wanted to try to push the lead up. We wanted to make sure that we had the ability to at least just be in the game at that moment. So with us being within 3, that layup was huge, and that was a great play by a great player. And she came down and knocked down a shot after that. So obviously great players make great plays, and that one hurt us big time.
Tony?
Carlos, you went to a different rotation in the second half. I know you're talking about Melissa being the 5 in some of those zones. Was it more that the strategical adjustments changed your rotation, or did you change your rotation for a different reason in that second half?
Oh, no, it was just strategical. It was some of the things that we seen, some of the weaknesses in their team that we could exploit, as well as just give us a good rhythm and a good flow to our offense based on their schemes and how they were playing us. So I felt like we stepped in and we did a good job of rotating with that smaller group defensively and being disruptive.
How does Emma Cannon sort of ignite that second unit when she's being that good screen setter, hitting all her shots, playing on defense?
Emma's a pro. She's been in the league. She's been around. She understands what it takes. We have younger rookies. We have a younger team. So her presence in the locker room, her presence on and off the floor is just very professional. And I speak very highly of her because she approaches the game the right way. She's definitely one of those respect the game type players. And when her number is called, she's always ready. So I love her for our team and what we have. I love what she has to offer to our team.
There's a game like this where you really struggle in the first half but have a fantastic second half. For you as a coach and a person, do you get more caught up on one half or the other? Do you think more about what you could have done better in the first half or how you can do more of what you did in the second half?
I definitely think we could have did more in the first half. I thought we came out and we didn't match their intensity to start. I thought that was one of the huge differences. May should have went zone a little earlier just to kind of slow them down because they're a fast-paced team. But at the same time, we're missing our best player, in Kelsey, and she kind of makes us look at the game a little different as far as getting up and down the floor. You have to be a little more efficient. You have to go down. You have to go down swinging when it comes to not just taking one shot, taking the first shot that's available. So obviously, if we could do it over, we would definitely try to play that first half a lot better.
Lexie was billed kind of as a shooter coming into the league, but tonight 7 2-point attempts in her highest scoring game of the season. Has that been an emphasis for her to kind of attack the basket more, be more of a pressure on the basket kind of player?
Absolutely, yes. She's just one of those, again, hard-nosed players that's going to come in and give you everything that she has at all times. Mistakes or no mistakes. She plays hard, and she understands her role. That's big for us. So, again, as she continues to develop in the WNBA, you're looking at a great player in the works.
Lexie, I think you had a career high in points today. Just were you trying to be more aggressive there? What was going for you?
I think for me personally, just trying to play my game. And if scoring comes, then scoring comes. But I think throughout the season, that's kind of been my focus, is try to get better every game. So, it's great when the scoring comes. And but I think more than anything, I think we wish that we had a better outcome tonight.
Yeah, how does it feel in a game like this? Does it feel like any other loss or more mixed emotions when you played a good half to end it, even if it didn't end in a win?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of ways to lose, and I think we can be proud of the second half and the comeback that we had. But it never feels good to lose, but I definitely think we can walk away feeling proud of ourselves for fighting back and not giving up in that second half.
At halftime, Carlos mentioned the team was embarrassed after that first half. You guys had some conversations. Just what were you guys talking about? What was the mentality coming out into the second half? Try to do that.
We kind of talked at halftime, just asking the team, conversation about, do we want to be here? Like, if we want to be here, play like we want to be here. And if you don't, then sit down and let someone else who really wants to be out there play. And I think that kind of just sparked some competitiveness and drive to show that we can have a better half, we can play a lot better, and we need to play together in order to do that.
Zion?
Yeah, Lexie, going off that, when you individually found out you'd be starting the second half, what was your mentality as far as what you could do to impact the game and to try to cut into that large lead that was ahead?
I think just really coming out aggressive on both ends of the floor, and trying to put as much energy as we can. I think in the second half at times we kind of felt down, getting down by a lot, so we wanted to come out with a better mentality, and I think that that starting group in the second half really came out with that mindset.
The whole team, including yourself, got to the line a bunch. How important was that for you guys in that second half to continually kind of get downhill and draw those fouls?
I mean, it's super important, and it definitely comes off of being aggressive, and I think we can do a little bit better job at the free throw line, but that's always something that we're working on, so I'm proud of us for getting there that many times.
There was a lot of zone defense being played by you guys, and you guys, I think, did what you wanted to as far as just forcing them to shoot a lot of threes. How did you like playing that zone? That's probably the most we've seen you guys in that defense this year.
Yeah, I mean, we don't practice it as much as we practice our man, so we were kind of thrown out there, and we really just got excited to cause some deflections, just really impact their offense. And it's fun when you can kind of get in a roll and get a lot of stops back to back, and I felt like it was working in that second half, so we rolled with it.
Tony?
Lexie, some minutes at the 4 today, which I was a little marred by that zone. But did you feel comfortable at that spot? Is that not as new to you since you've done it a little this season, but more so today than other games?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to do whatever the team needs, and if that's playing a different position than I'm used to, then that's what I'll do. So it doesn't scare me, and I think we as a team kind of adjust to different lineups like that.
You're kind of billed as a shooter a bit coming into the league tonight. 7 2-point attempts, only 2 threes. Has that been an emphasis or something you've been talking with the coaching staff more of, getting to the basket, putting pressure on the rim, things like that?
No, it's kind of just be aggressive and try to read the defense and take what they're giving you. And today they were just really overplaying, so the lane was open more times than other games.
How does Emma, affect you guys as a veteran presence with that second unit, especially in a game like today where you almost come back from down 30?
I think the best way to describe Emma is she's so steady in every game, and she works hard on every possession, so you know what you're going to get when she's on the floor. And super exciting to see her just kind of spark on the offensive end in the second half. So she's definitely a leader on the team and someone we look to for words of wisdom or encouragement throughout the game, and especially at halftime she was a big voice in our locker room.
A big game for you off the bench. What did you feel like was working for you in that second unit of this game as you almost accomplished that 30-point comeback?
First and foremost, I just want to say free BG. It's been too long. It's time to bring her home. And to answer your question, we came in the locker room and that first half was it was disappointing. We weren't playing like ourselves. We weren't getting into our offenses. Our defense was terrible. So when we got into halftime, we talked about it. And we talked about having the will to win and having the will to go out there and play. So when we came out that second half, our demeanor changed. We wanted to go out there, we wanted to win, and we wanted to fight. So we took every possession like it was our last, and we went out fighting.
How much did that zone help you guys? I think Carlos said you've been working on it a little more in the last couple of days, but that really felt like changed the game a lot in that third quarter.
Yeah, it changed the whole demeanor of the game. They got a little, hesitant. They didn't know what we were doing, so it worked. It worked a lot. It put them on their heels. So, yeah.
Do you like playing zone, or are you more of a man person?
Oh, I don't care what it is, as long as we're getting to stop.
Zion.
Yeah, Emma, your role, your playing time changes from game to game for you. How do you maintain just being able to come out and just do what you can do in the minutes you're out there?
Man, Zion, I work my ass off to be where I am, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have. So anytime I get in the game, it's just an opportunity for me. So I'm thankful for the time that I get to play, and so whatever minutes I get, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna play my hardest.
Do you feel like today can be kind of a learning point? Obviously, you guys are out of playoff contention, but just in general, for the team and the young players you have, can it be a learning point because of what you did in that second half, the ground you were able to make up?
For sure, we were down 30 in the first half, and then to come back and we only lost by 10. Could you imagine if we actually started the game out with that same energy, that same intensity? Like I was telling them, think about it. If we could be up 20 instead of down 20. So it's a learning point for everybody, not just the rookies, but everybody that's in that locker room, that if we put in the effort and we go out there and play hard, anything is possible.
Anybody else? All right, thank you, Emma.
Thanks, guys.